Here comes Tyrion Lannister. What's up with his legs? Why does he look so goofy? So here is Doran. Although he's in a wheelchair, they've managed to strap him onto a horse, I guess. Here is Sandor in Clegane armor. So here's Tommen, and here is Sir Bronn of the Blackwater as well, marching up. Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome to my Game of Thrones Total War House Martell campaign on the War of the Five Kings scenario. The challenge for today's video is to get revenge on House Lannister, take King's Landing and Casterly Rock and Lannisport, and just to try and take out as many Lannisters as we can along the way. If I can't, I'll consider this video challenge a failure. So, let's march north and get retribution for Elia and House Martell. I hope you guys enjoy. So down in the desert, House Martell's strengths lie in the isolated position of the warm climate of Dorne and the defendable mountains. House Martell is a super underrated faction, I think, and house in Game of Thrones, particularly in the books. They have heaps of cool minor lords, maybe even some of the best in Westeros, like House Ola, the Danes, the Ironwoods. Like, who really cares about the House Arryn and Crownlands and Baratheon minor lords? You know what I mean? Like, who cares about House Swan? Also for this series, we actually can claim the Iron Throne through Doran Martell and Quentyn, as they have Targaryen blood. So I will be declaring my kingship and be bringing back the princedom of Dorne. I really just want to continue the blood feud with the Lannisters in this series, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So just looking at the generals, we've got a fair few at our disposal. Anders Ironwood, 4-star command. Gerald Dane as well, the Dark Star. And we've also got access and control to Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. There's even unique units by the look of it as well. So we can get House Dane units. We can also get Hellholt units as well. That's really quite cool. Quentyn's there as well, who's not in the show, I do believe. Did they ever mention Quentyn? Yeah, I think they just went with Trystane, didn't they? So here's Starfall, a unique settlement. But here is the entirety of Dorne. So the desert is quite vast. It will take us a fair few turns to mobilize our troops. Okay, so from Lemonwood, God's Grace, Sunspear, and the Ghost Hill, we're slowly moving the Dornish forces to the rally point at Ironwood. I say Ironwood, some people say Yornwood. It makes more sense for me to call it Ironwood, I think. And we're also bringing troops over from Skyreach. House Targaryen wants a ceasefire. I guess we went to war with them technically because we declared our independence and kingship. So we'll try and keep an alliance with them. Will they accept? And we have, because we do have good relations with them, but I don't know. I kind of want to do my own thing. I want House Martell to be number one, you know what I mean? I want House Martell to sit on the Iron Throne, and we can claim it through our Targaryen blood. Do they betray us again? Oh, it's annoying. New family member as well, another Martell. And now we're officially at war with House Baratheon of King's Landing. No, we're back at allies with them, but we're only at war with House Joffrey. Okay, so Doran is now officially the king at 53 years of age. Cool. Okay, I've skipped a little bit ahead because it's taken quite some time for us to get all our forces. So we've managed to rally the banners and muster the entirety of Dorne. So we have about 4 full stacks at our disposal. Doran leading with Trystane, his son, and a bunch of House Martell, House Dane soldiers. We've also got Oberyn, the Red Viper, and Quentyn as well, the heir. He's going to be commanding the other one. The rest has my generals, Ulla, Sand, Jourdain, and just some Dane pikemen there. We've also got Ariana Martell as well, who we probably want to try and marry off. She's a fantastic princess, 8 charm. So we could marry her into one of my generals. So who do we have as an option? So it's... yeah. Oh, okay, so Doran's had another son. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so We can marry her to Ironwood. That would be a good betrothal, I think. Maybe Darkstar, actually, bringing House Dane into the fold. Because he does have that Valyrian steel sword, which I wouldn't mind nabbing. Yeah, I think it's between Darkstar and Ironwood. I think we'll go with Darkstar, though. Marry Ariana Martell to her. And now we've brought him in, 35 years of age. Perfect. Okay, so we could have taken Blackhaven, but I don't want to waste any Martell lives than necessary. There seems to be a decent garrison in there as well. We just want to march into the Crown Lands in the Westerlands. Lara Martell. Oberyn Ulla. He's 22. Actually don't mind that. So who is Lara? Oh, it's Oberyn's daughter. Sure, we'll accept that. The leader of House Stannis Baratheon is dead. Oh no! Stannis the Manus has been taken out in turn 20. Crikey. Alright. Okay, it's taken 21 turns to get up here. So we've managed to intercept Tyrion Lannister with a Crown Land force. Doran and Quentyn are here. He's like moving into the Stormlands. Ironwood and Oberyn are going to be heading to Lannisport and Casterly Rock, while Doran and his sons can head for King's Landing. We've got a huge opportunity here to destroy a full Crown Land full stack, and also Tyrion Lannister, the Hand of the King. It's quite a decent army as well. A lot of gold cloaks and Lannister soldiers. So let's fight this one on the battlefield. First real test with House Martell. Let's have a look at their units in the Game of Thrones Enhanced mod. So here is Doran. Although he's in a wheelchair, they've managed to strap him onto a horse, I guess. Then we've got Trystane here as well fighting with us. Quentyn is commanding the other reinforcing force. Okay, so let's move up here. So we've got House Martell, Ironwood and Dane soldiers there. They're decent men-at-arms as well. We have 5 units of Dornish archers. And not too many spearmen in this army. We've got 2 units of cavalry here. The Dornish are known for their famed spearmen, but in Medieval 2, the swordsmen are really gonna... We're definitely gonna need them if we're doing a lot of sieges in today's video. So here is the Dornish swordsman units. We've got some Dornish bowmen in the second line. Moving down the front line for House Martell, here's House Dane in their purple unit colour. And here we got the Ironwood units as well. They look really quite cool with that black shield. I like it. I like it a lot. And then we've got some Ironwood bowmen as well. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, House Stark has some pretty cool minor lords. I actually don't mind House Tully and I'm trying to think, like the Tyrell ones aren't too bad as well, but I just feel like some of the houses, the minor houses, I just don't really care about too much. I don't know. Let me know who you think is your favourite house with the minor houses. But here's Tyrion, by the way, on the battlefield. It's great that he's got a unit model there and his famed battle axe. But here is the fearsome and famed Lannister host, trained by his father Tywin, of course. Swordsman, spearman, bowman, and then gold cloaks in the front line. Okay, let's unpause. So we've gone through all the units there. And we'll go forward, I guess. Because we are attacking them at the end of the day. So they're in a little bit of weird position. They seem to be pulling back. Seems to be a little bit of dry I don't know, tundra there, desert. Maybe we should fight in that. Maybe we should get a buff for fighting in the desert. Right, let's just reallocate this slightly. Okay, looks like they're... yeah. I don't think they're fully retreating, but they're definitely pulling back and rotating. For whatever reason. We are going to have to hit them quite hard. Close the distance, because they do have siege equipment supremacy over me. They've got those catapults and trebuchets. So, we can't allow them to rain fire and death upon us with impunity. We can't sit back, we must go forward. We probably have skirmisher supremacy over them. Like, we've probably got better longbowmen and archers. We'll move my cavalry up just to try and intercept them. Yeah, because as you can see, there's some archers that are quite exposed. They are intertwining with some spearmen, so we've got to watch out for that, but I think we can get a good, decent charge there firstly. And we've managed to squish the Lannister force up against this mill by the look of it. We are fighting in the... I don't even know what this area technically is. It's like... is it Southern Crown Lands? It might even be just on the border of the Stormlands and the Baratheon territory. But we've managed to catch them here in a movement transition. Oh wow, we've really managed to pin down Tyrion's force there. This is not good for them whatsoever. My swordsmen are nearly about to engage them from all sides. What were they doing? I guess there was a little bit of a narrow... yeah, because I guess there's a bit of a narrow funnel between these two mills here. My cavalry has taken a beating, but that's okay. I don't... if we can destroy this full stack, there's probably going to be not too much opposition on the open field pushing to King's Landing. Because for all intensive purposes, this is the King's Landing garrison that Tyrion used to defend King's Landing with. We're probably not going to need cavalry in a siege. So some Lannister spearmen here trying to hold their position. The ones that made it past the mill. And the House Martell swordsmen are getting stuck and right into them. Our archers are starting to loose their arrows further at the back. And it's still currently 55, maybe 60% within House Martell's favour. But House Dane and their soldiers are getting stuck in to the Lannister foe. Archers still raining fire and death. Loose! Loose! Keep going! I'm going to try and flank with my cavalry around the back. They do have a slight high ground advantage here. But we should be able to body on through it. So we've lost 6% of our allied forces. And they've managed to lose 26. Tyrion, known for his tactical genius and winning countless battles in the books, has managed to have a massive blunder here for House Lannister. Okay, so I'm trying to get my archers to hit these units at the back. They actually are really holding and pinning me down here, which is annoying. I'm going to move Trystane up to get some leadership support, and we'll move up Doran as well. It's gone to 40%. We've managed to lose 13, so they are taking a bit of a chunk of my army out. But our archers are really carrying us in this one. And our cavalry as well, pinning down their archers and their artillery. They didn't even get to loose a shot. Like, they pretty much Austin Powers that trebuchet there, trying to navigate that thing through such a narrow place. Okay, so Tyrion's there. We didn't need to try and take him out. He hasn't fallen yet. Although the vengeance and blame of House Lannister doesn't really sit on Tyrion's shoulders for what the Lannisters did for House Martell and Ilya and the Mountain. I guess Tyrion in this battle will be punished for the sins of his father, because we want to try and take out as many Lannisters as we can. The enemy are badly bloodied. They've lost half their men. Okay. Mustn't be too much longer now. It's flung to about 70% in our favour. So we nearly have the entirety of the Lannister force now in a full retreat. We're just trying to mop up the last of them. Yep, I agree. Victory is well within our grasp. So, I kind of hope that King's Landing is going to be occupied by the Lannisters. It might be, because Stannis surprisingly got taken out quite early in this series. So maybe Renly could be there. It just takes so long for us to actually move all our forces from Dorne. It's taken us nearly 20 turns to even get up here. So this is sort of make or break. We can't really march back south to replenish and repair or get reinforcements because it takes so long. We might even need to take some... we'll just have to see how we go. We might have to take some territory in the Crown Lands just to replenish and repair before we strike King's Landing. So Doran, Trystane and Quentyn are going to head for King's Landing to try and take out Joffrey and Tommen and the Lannister forces. Maybe we might run across Tywin. Oh my god, what's up with his legs? There's Tyrion there, getting into the thick of it. There he goes. Oh, big swing from his battle axe. Oh my god. That looks a little bit goofy. And yeah, the Red Viper and the remaining House Martell forces can head to Casterly Rock. Last of the brave Lannisters there fighting. Yep. We wanted to try and target Tyrion. They've lost 86% of their forces and Tyrion's still kicking about. That's actually quite impressive. They're making us fight to the bitter end here. This was a good fight. Unfortunately, some of my House Martell soldiers have capitulated and routed. But the Ironwood and the Dane soldiers are still fighting. Yeah, we've nearly lost 30%. But at least we've destroyed a massive defending force and a full stack from the Lannisters. And House Baratheon of the Crown Lands, technically. Okay, there's a unit there just hitting me. We need to hit that. Yeah. Last thing we want is Doran to get hit by a flammable ammunition shot. Because so far this battle has been really beneficial for us. Let's just try and speed things up now. Get rid of Tyrion. And then claim victory. Yay. And there goes Tyrion. Victory. We'll exit that one there. Heroic victory as well. Okay, let's take out the captives. And we didn't even need Quentyn's reinforcing army either. Cool. First major victory for the Dornish against the Lannisters. Okay, so we're currently sieging out King's Landing. So Joffrey is actually on the outskirts here. We could actually go for him. Sandor Clegane's inside. So thankfully the Lannisters actually control King's Landing. They do have a reinforcing army coming up. But yeah, Joffrey's just in the north there. So we'll fight this one. Bronze on the outskirts. And Tommen is there as well. So let's fight this one on the field. We'll have the battle for King's Landing with Doran, King of Dorne, against a member of House Clegane. So, we haven't found Gregor. It'd actually probably be quite hard to find him because he'd be hanging out in the Crown Lands. But Doran, after his victory against Tyrion and eliminating the Lannister, we've managed to march on King's Landing. There's a full stack inside. and one reinforcing. Bronze bringing up an army to reinforce, while Sandor Clegane is defending. So we'll be able to get a little bit of vengeance on House Clegane here. And then Oberyn and the remaining Dornish forces are still heading westward into the Westerlands. Okay, let's start the battle. Let's move you guys on up and get those siege equipment attached to the walls. Might even move my archers up as well, because I don't mind if some of that arrow fire drags and hits me from the walls and the arrow towers, because I want to try and save and prioritize my melee military units if we can, because they are far more valuable. So already, yeah, so 2 of my melee units are getting hit while 3 of my archers are, because that's what we want. We want to try and drag and distract the fire away, because archers in an offensive siege, once we get inside, they're not going to be overly too useful. But here is King's Landing, the Sept of Baelor. We have, is this Sandor Clegane? There he is. Yeah, he's a unique model. That's quite cool. They've even added his facial scar as well. He might even have like the mountains armor by the look of it. So what's over here? We could send, yeah, we'll send our cavalry over here. So here's Tommen trying to save King's Landing. For some reason Joffrey's outside. And here is Sir Bronn of the Blackwater as well coming up. So we've already lost 6% of our ally forces. Now it's ticked over to 7. Before we've even really had a decent offensive at the walls. So we'll try and stop Bronn and Tommen getting into King's Landing. So we'll send our cavalry up to try and stop them. The more units that get into this siege will be difficult for us just to grind our way on through. Okay, let's reform you slowly here. Cool. Alright, back over here. Is there someone we can sort of hit? Yeah, it's that Tommen bodyguard unit that's really high-tailing it to King's Landing. Thankfully, Bronze unit is in a gold cloak halberd unit, which is taking a little bit more time to get into King's Landing. But we've broken through the red wall, and we'll try and move in our forces. The Dornishmen have managed to take the walls as well, and a decent charge on into Sir Bronn of the Blackwater, eh? Although they're halberds, if we can try and get rid of Bronn, that would be really good for us. One less general we have to deal with. I don't know if we're going to be able to get Bronn here. So it's quite close. 15-15. This battle still could go either way. We do have reinforcements if we need it, but we'll try and win this with just Doran's force. But unfortunately, Tommen has managed to escape and enter King's Landing. My archers are still doing their work, and our infantry is fighting Lannister soldiers at the gateway. Still fierce fighting is on the walls. House Dane ferocious in their assault as well. Some bowmen there. We're pushing through the gold cloak crossbows and just Lannister archers. Hey, the enemy general's fallen. Bronn's gone. That's a good result for us. Okay, my army is looking very green around the gills. We've managed to get rid of Sandor as well, so all there's left is Tommen But my army has massively melted away. We are really struggling to get into King's Landing now. We only have a handful of soldiers left. 89% to their 82. Far out. So we're just going to have to grab everyone. Some of my archers don't even have ammunition. They've just got their short swords. So they're going to have to try and push. We're going to have to make our... The thing is, it's a little bit tricky with King's Landing because you have to get the ram up as well to break through the secondary gateway that leads to the Red Keep. So we just need to get past these gold cloak spears, then we need to get to Tommen in the town square. Right, we've managed to fight our way through. The ram's being sent up, but we are on our very last leg. 92% to 83. I don't even know if we're going to be able to win this one. It's going to be so close. So we'll move up the ram to the Red Keep. We do have some archers that have a little bit of ammunition. So we're going to have to use them to their full effectiveness. But there's only going to be a handful of soldiers left within King's Landing. Crikey. What a crazy epic siege this is. It's quite literally going to go down to a handful of men. The final wire. Okay. So the battering ram is going to make its way up. Because we don't want to like flood all the way in quite quickly. We'll just try and use the last of that ammunition. So there's only some Ironwood soldiers. The Dane forces melted away. Most of the House Martell swordsmen as well. So we'll move these archers up here. Okay, that's not good. They're starting to move up. So what we'll do is just try and get my archers to hit them as best we can. To soften up their hit points before we move on in. So just chuck things on 6 speed now. So the Dornish are trying to get those arrow shots off. Yep, so just try and hit that Crownland cavalry. Oh, it's charged. That's annoying. We're going to have to move everyone up then to respond. Hit those units further at the back. Group that up. There's literally like not even like 50 units, 50 soldiers in those like 6 units. Okay, that's a bit better. Doran's down to 4, Tristane's down to 5 and his bodyguard as well. What a glorious victory it will be if we can pull this off. Thankfully there's no battle limit for this one. Because I don't know if we... No, we definitely wouldn't have been able to pull it off if there was a time limit. We've taken ages in this siege. Okay, so the 61 arch unit has run out of their ammunition, so there's only 2 with a handful. I don't even know if it's worth getting those shots off. We might as well probably charge. Now then, get into the Lannister bodyguard. We've taken the gateway. Okay, that unit just instantly melted away. Because Tommen's probably in this one. Doran is down to just himself. We must go forward. We can't go back. Maybe just ungroup. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to ungroup. Oh, oh, there goes Tommen. Oh, perfect. Man, we've taken out so many generals in this video. So what I'll do is I'll move the archers and those guys left. Oh my god. This must be one of the closest sieges I have ever done on Total War. I can't remember the last time I marched into a town square with 5 units that only had... Sorry, 5 whole units only had 30 men attached to them. Far out. What a conquest for House Martell, for Doran and Tristane. And we've initiated the countdown as well, beneath the Red Keep. Looking on the radar map, there does seem to be some units that are sitting about. They're going to try and make their way back to the town square, you would imagine. But we have 3 minutes to hold out. Check how bloody and crazed he now looks. Doran. As we've fought all the way through to the town square. And we're victorious. So it's a catapult unit just below the Sept of Baelor. And... oh, okay, that could be a problem. That's a full halberd unit coming. What I'll do is I'll keep the 2 generals in the town square. Oh, we could lose this. Hang on. We're going to have to sacrifice these 3 units. And put them just in front of the gate. Because if they come in and stop this countdown, we're probably going to lose. So these 2 are just going to sit... yeah. Oh, they've broken in yet. So just throw them up. Yeah, they can hold them easy there for 50 seconds. Come on. Just hold. Hold, men. Yeah, I reckon they would have probably beaten us with that. If they were a little bit more on point. Hey, victory. Look at that. Okay, so we'll get rid of them. And now King's Landing has fallen to House Martell. Quinton's outside as well. He can deal with that reinforcing army and Joffrey if need be. But Sandor, Tyrion, Bronn of the Blackwater, and Tommen are no more. As House Martell marches in to King's Landing, is going to sack the city for 30,000 gold. That's quite a bit. I think we'll take that. And now we can rebuild the army. Doran Martell is now a conqueror. Golden Crown, now King of the Iron Throne. Okay, so we want to try and continue our conquest in the Crown lands. Quentin and Doran have replenished and repaired slightly, and King Joffrey is inside here. He's got Oathkeeper as well. So we'll take him out as well, and Joffrey and Tommen are no more. Right, back over to the Westerlands. We managed to push through there with relative impunity, so we're going to be able to take Casterly Rock and Lannisport with 2 easy order resolves. Oberyn's here, and our remaining army as well. So who's inside? No one, just a Lannister force. Okay, so we'll take Casterly Rock, sacking it, and we'll do the same with Lannisport. Yeah, so Stefford Lannister is only inside in this one as well. We'll be fine to auto-resolve this one, even though we've got a bunch of generals. So, King's Landing, Lannisport, and Casterly Rock have now been taken. Perfect. So on that note, we've probably got to wrap things up. We've gone out and hit what I set out to achieve. We've taken King's Landing, and Tywin's home of Casterly Rock and Lannisport. Shame we couldn't find the old lion. We didn't run across him in our path through the Westlands. The thing is with Tywin, he's probably up near the Twins. You never know. He's fighting the Starks and dealing with the Tullys. It was only a matter of chance that we managed to stumble across Tyrion in a full stack as well. So, gotta end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. I still want to do more on this Game of Thrones mod, and there's still a whole bunch of factions what I'm interested in. So, in no particular order, I would like to do these other houses. So, House Aaron, House Baratheon, playing as Renly, maybe House Bolton, and House Tyrell. So if you like the sound of those 4 houses, let me know which ones you'd like me to do, because I want to do them in whatever order you guys want me to play as. So thanks for that, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it again. So I'm going to play the outro now and say thanks to this month's channel members and patrons. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Let me know feedback and suggestions for the video. Gotta say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. But thanks, guys. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. Goodbye.